I did my project on Federalist paper number 10, who was written by James Madison, a Democratic Republican president from 1809 to 1817 who believed in limited federal government power, state rights, a strict construction of the Constitution, and was an egalitarian president. Federalist paper number 10 was written in 1787 at a time when the Constitution needed ratified, and it needed New York's vote in order to ratify this Constitution. James Madison wrote Federalist paper number 10 to the people of New York. The people of New York in 1787 were worried about that the Constitution gave their federal government too much power, and they didn't want another tyranny like Britain. So why did James Madison write Federalist paper number 10? He wrote it to address the concerns of New Yorkers about the Constitution. These concerns, as summarized before, were mainly summarized in the fact that the government seemed to be too powerful under the new Constitution. An important excerpt from Federalist paper number 10 is, as stated, the valuable improvements made by the American constitutions on the popular models, both ancient and modern, cannot certainly be too much admired, but it would be an unwarrantable partiality to contend that they have effectually obviated the danger on this side as wished and expected. In simpler terms, James Madison is basically saying that the new Constitution guarantees that there is not a bias in the United States. No one person is more powerful than another, and the new Constitution affirms that and avoids the dangers of tyranny like some Americans fear, especially the New Yorkers. Arguably the most important quote in Federalist paper number 10 is, "Liberty is to faction what air is to fire, an element without which it instantly expires." This is saying that just as fire needs air, factions need liberty. In order to better understand this important excerpt, you need to understand what factions are. Factions are political parties. They are groups with the same ideals, and they're inevitable because people have their own opinions. Therefore, with these inevitable factions, there is always inevitably liberty. Overall, factions are possible and inevitable in this country because of the liberty ensured in our core beliefs. Just as fire needs air, factions need liberty. Therefore, factions are guaranteed in the United States, and so is liberty. So there is no tyranny, and that is guaranteed by the Constitution. Overall, Federalist paper 10 by James Madison and the American Dream go hand in hand. The American Dream is the belief that all Americans are free and have the ability to choose the life that they want. Likewise, Federalist paper number 10 describes the freedom that Americans have, as it reinstates the idea that people in America have the ability to form factions and voice their ideas, thus emphasizing that the American dream, or the ability to freely live and speak, is guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution and in the U.S. government. All right, our time here today is wrapping up, unfortunately, Miss Smo. So, to summarize, James Madison wrote the Federalist Papers to convince New York to ratify the Constitution. Federalist paper number 10 states that the people's freedom is guaranteed by the Constitution because the Constitution doesn't inhibit on the people's ability to form factions, which is essential to liberty and proves that Americans have that liberty. This paper served its purpose to convince people of New York as the state eventually ratified the Constitution, thus allowing the Constitution to be the official document of the United States. Okay, and these are my sources. Have a great day. Bye!